Hey, I came across this article in Wired magazine the other day. Author Simon Singh puts up a fight in the war on science. Well, this is a guy who, he's an author, but he'd written this article in The Guardian in which he basically said that, chiropractics was a bunch of hokey because you couldn't actually heal asthmatic children with chiropractics. And so he got sued by the Chiropractics Association. And here in this article, he's saying, well, why is there a war against science? Why are people turning to quackery and alternative medicine? Things like that. And they're saying, the problem is that people are listening to celebrities, instead of scientists. This is total disinfo because the celebrities are not claiming to have, figured it out for themselves. They're just referring to other science. Nobody's against, science. We're just against industry pseudoscience that uses, messed up methodology and massage statistics to come to the conclusions that they would like you to accept, right? So yeah, they're making it all about celebrities and saying the celebrities appear to be winning. Well, no, it's not the celebrities. Again, it's the science that they're referring people to that calls into question all this propaganda that we've been relentlessly fed. Why is it so hard to convince people even when the science is so clear? It says science has nothing to do with common sense. Well, that's interesting. Apparently, Albert Einstein said that common sense was nothing but a set of prejudices that you develop by the age of 18. Well, if Albert Einstein said it, it must be true, right? They give some examples, Common sense would tell you that injecting viruses into your body could not keep you from getting sick. Well, okay, yeah, maybe it creates some kind of, temporary immunity. Apparently it does. But, that's not the issue here. Again, disinfo. The issue is that the vaccines are a chemical and biological cocktail that have been shown to compromise your immune system and your neurological system in the long run. More disinfo. Mercury is toxic, right? That's common sense would be not to ingest mercury because we know it's toxic. Yet the so-called science, the industry science, tells us it's okay to inject it into our children. And if we use common sense to say, well, that doesn't sit right with me, well, then we're not being scientific. Common sense would tell you to look both ways when you cross the street, but I guess that's not scientific either. Maybe we should have a placebo-controlled, double-blind, randomized study to make sure that, crossing, looking both ways before you cross the street is a good idea. What? There's no place for common sense? The science, the real science is out there. It's just that it's not associated with the industry most of the time. Fluoride, they'll tell you, oh, it's fine, it's good. Keep taking your fluoride. Put it in your water. It's good for your teeth. Phyllis Mullenix, she did research showing that it was actually a neurotoxin. A very solid research. What happened to her? Well, they ruined her career. Dr. Arpad Pushtai in Scotland, the first study on GMOs, GMO potatoes, and he showed that they caused a lot of damage to the organs in the rat's body, including that they developed with smaller brains. What happened to Dr. Pushtai? He's out of a job. They fired him 3 days after he, spoke about this on television. Why? Because Monsanto called the American government, told them to shut this guy up. They called the British government, told them to shut this guy up. Another one is Andrew Wakefield with the MMR vaccine and autistic enterocolitis. What happened there? Well, he did a study at the Royal Free Hospital. Merck, who makes the MMR vaccine, called the Royal Free Hospital and said, you got to make this guy retract his findings. So they put the pressure on him. And you know what he did? He retracted his findings. What was in the papers? 9 out of 13 of the scientists associated with that study retracted their findings. What did they do to him? Held him up on charges of professional misconduct. They never called into question the actual, science of his study because it was sound, and it was also reproduced by Vijendra Singh, who's now also out of a job. And what they did was they, did a witch hunt on him and professional misconduct for taking blood samples at a birthday party. I guess that was the best they could do. But, the question here is, okay, why are people against science? Are they really against science? Or are they just becoming really, really suspicious of the, medical and pharmaceutical and biotech industries because the true science is available and people can compare and they see something is wrong and they can see the effects of these things on their kids or whoever. And the issue here is that there's a shift in consciousness happening. People are waking up. And not just like some fringe weirdo conspiracy theorists like. me and, you know, maybe you, right? But all kinds of people. My dentist, she's not vaccinating her kids. You know, it's like 10 years ago, most people didn't know about this. But now you talk to people and they know about the GMOs. They know about the corn syrup. They know about the vaccines. They're calling these things into question because the industry is like totally out of control. And they just lie and they use, you know, BS science. And the more that they force it on us, the more we just wake up. It's like with the swine flu thing. It's scaring us into taking this dangerous vaccine. And all that it resulted in was people becoming more suspicious of the industry. But it's just a reflection of a larger shift in consciousness. You know, as far as I'm concerned, well, it's the end times. And, you know, the Bible, okay, whether you believe in the Bible or not, but the Bible does say, you know, that in the end, God will pour his spirit out on the earth and the young men will see visions and the old men will dream dreams or something like that. But it just, to me, it just reflects this shift in consciousness. And it's happening and it cannot be stopped. And the more that they try to stop it, the more we're just going to keep waking up. I don't know how, you know, how this is going to end or like what's going to happen next, but I can really see clearly there is a shift and people are waking up and they're waking up and waking up and waking up over and over again to more and more things about this world. And they can send all the disinfo that they want out there, but it's not going to stop it.